You know, they say President Obama is now going to have two things on his agenda, mainly, which is immigration reform and gun control. Those are very worthy topics. And of course, overwhelming both of those is these budget deals he's doing with the Republicans. We had the fiscal cliff. Now we're going to have the debt ceiling crisis, et cetera, right? But if you notice, there's actually nothing being done or proposed about creating jobs. That is at best a fourth priority. Now, what was the overwhelming top priority of the American voters? Jobs. So again, I'm not saying that the other three topics aren't worthy. They very much are, and we care deeply about them, okay? But it's interesting that jobs hasn't even really come up. There's no legislation, there's no proposal, there's no bill, nothing, okay? So another interesting data point here. Do you know that median household income is now lower than when President Obama took office in 2009? So if he really is trying to help the middle class, he's got a funny way of showing it. Do you know that median household income is actually lower now than it was when Clinton took office? The middle class is getting crushed. We're losing good jobs, and we're getting lower and lower wage jobs. So let me give you more data on that. Well, since 1979, this is fascinating. The top 1% of American households have captured 38% of the growth in income. Okay, growth in income, 38% going to the top 1%. The bottom 90% have only gotten 37%. And I always talked about 1978 being a turning point. There it is. Since 79, the top 1% has gotten more of the income growth than the bottom 90%. Now, that's not Obama's fault. Okay, that's obviously a huge trend that's been going on for a number of reasons. I think mainly because of money in politics. But has that been stopped? No. As I just pointed out to you, median household income is actually dropping through all of these years. Now, there was a bit of a recovery under President Obama. That's absolutely true. But before the recovery, during the recession, mid-wage jobs, which are roughly hourly wage between $13.84 and $21.13, those are mid-wage jobs, accounted for 60% of the jobs lost. So we lose 60%, or 60% of the jobs lost are mid-wage jobs, okay? During the recovery, only 22% of the jobs added were mid-wage jobs, whereas 58% of the jobs added were low-wage jobs. So do you understand the phenomenon that's going on here? Middle class, medium wage jobs, we lose a lot of them, we gain only a few back. The jobs we do gain back are mainly low wage. This is how the middle class in America gets crushed. I have more. Now, President Obama said, hey, you know what? I have a goal of creating 1 million manufacturing jobs. Again, nothing has been proposed on that front yet, but that's his general goal. That's what he said in the election to get elected. Now, is that a big deal? Well, it's that million sounds like a lot. But do you know that during that economic crash, no, I should be clear, actually between 2000 and 2010, in that decade, when we were giving all those tax cuts to the rich and they were supposed to create jobs, right? No, we lost more than 5 million manufacturing jobs. We went from 17 million to 12 million manufacturing jobs. So if you added 1 million back, it'd be great, but nowhere near where we used to be. What happened? I thought tax cuts were supposed to create jobs. Looks like we lost jobs, right? So now, to be fair to President Obama, he has talked about, hey, infrastructure spending. But Huffington Post points out, quote, Obama has repeatedly proposed more infrastructure spending, but the White House has routinely given up such demands in negotiations with congressional Republicans. In other words, oh man, oh yeah, I'm middle class, I'm looking out for you, man. I really want to create jobs. How are we going to do that? Infrastructure spending, oh, that the minute I run into John Boehner, I go, hey, remember that infrastructure spending? Out the window, don't worry about it. Didn't mean it. Okay, that's my first concession almost every single time. So what's left on President Obama's agenda for how to create jobs? Tax reform. You know what that means? Corporate tax cuts. How's that working out so far? We do tax loophole after tax loophole, and what happens? Do we create jobs? No, we continue to lose jobs. We continue to lose manufacturing jobs. This is the only thing the two parties can agree to, which is how do we funnel more money to multinational corporations? One more promise from President Obama. He said back in 2008 that by the year 2011, he would have the minimum wage up to $9.50. Well, back then it was $7.25. You know what it is today? $7.25.